Howdy, I'm Pop.
And I'm Tot.
And we are
Pop and Tot Games.
Today we're going to be talking about games that everyone should own. To kick it off, for my number 5, Archaeology, The New Expedition by Phil Walker Harding. This is a game that's a press your luck set collection card game where you are trying to collect sets of artifacts. And you are combing the desert for these, drawing cards off of a deck, and you are collecting sets of the same types of artifacts so that you can later sell them to the museum for money. In this case, money being points. One caveat though is there's these sandstorms that will hit throughout the game that will wipe out half your artifacts. And you have one tent, every player has one tent they can use that will prevent the sandstorm from affecting them. Once you've used your tent though, you have to deal with that. And you lose half of your artifacts rounded down. So if you have 5, then you'll lose 2 cards. If you have 5 artifacts in your hand, you'll lose 2 of those. So you have to kind of hedge your bets on how many of these can I get in a set to get the most points for them without losing the cards. Because if you lose those cards from a sandstorm, they go back to like a common area where other players can take them. So you have to sell those cards before they get wiped out by the sandstorm. There's also thief cards, where a player can steal one of the cards out of your hand. So you have to watch out for those as well. And then there's different rarity of the artifacts. So the Pharaoh's Mask is the most rare. So there's only like 4 in the game. It's worth the most, but not very many. So it will tell you how many of each card is in the game on every card. So you can kind of hedge your bets on what you're going for. And then you have the ability to trade with the market. So if you have a Pharaoh's Mask that's worth a value of 4, you could take a value of 4 from other goods that are in the market. So you can trade and then you can sell. When you sell, you put down a set of cards and that scores victory points at the end of the game. But you can never add or take away from that set of cards that you lay down. So you got to kind of hedge your bets, and it's just a great game by Phil Walker Harding, who is very good at designing games that are approachable yet engaging. That is my number 5. What is your number 5, Isaiah?
My number 5 is Planted. This is a fun card drafting game because I like the artwork and the gameplay and the style. And you also have tools that give you more resources and points and stuff. And you have decorations. And you have plants, and you have to feed them. So you have to get these resources, and you put, it's like letting them get bigger, but in this game, it's points. So some cards just you put it on one thing, and you're done. But it costs a lot of resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like Isaiah mentioned, you have tool cards which allow you to get more resources. And they're like a special ability you have for the rest of the game. And you have decorations which allow you to score points for various things. So different ways to score points with those decorations. And then you have resource cards which just allow you to get the resources you need to feed your plants. Very good game. And once again, Isaiah, Phil Walker Harding, who's just a great designer. So we got 2 Phil Walker Harding games back to back.
And it's also a 2 to 5 player game, and it's a 20 to 30 minute game.
Yeah, so it plays fast and it plays up to 5. There you go. Great pick, Isaiah. All right, for my number 4, this is a very popular game, Cascadia. Very highly rated on Board Game Geek. A lot of people enjoy this game. So in this game, you are collecting sets of tiles that correspond to various terrain types. And you want to get the same terrain adjacent to one another. So you're drafting these tiles and putting the same terrain next to each other to score points. And the more adjacency you have for each terrain, like you have the snow-covered mountain terrain and you have 5 of them together, that's 5 points. So you are trying to get the terrains that match adjacent to one another to score points. And then in addition to that, you're getting these animal tokens. And you are scoring for various arrangements of these animal tokens. And so like eagles need to be not next to each other. They need to be spread out, is one example. And then I think it's elk, they need to be in a straight line. So for every one you have that matches that, you'll score more points. And there's a max value of points you can score per set of these animals, and a minimum as well in a condition. And bears always have to be in pairs, so they need to be together. So there's some neat little scoring options in the game. Yes, Isaiah? Yeah.
And the bears are in pairs of 2s, by the way.
Well, yeah, a pair is 2, but then they also have some variant cards, which is a good segue, where you need 3 bears in together, which I guess symbolizes the mama, the dada, and the baby. So it's like 3, and so there's A, B, C, and D cards in the game, and depending on which setup you choose will depend on how they score. But yeah, Isaiah, you're right. In the A card for the bear, it's pairs, which is just a 2. So instead of being a set of 3, it's a set of 2 or a pair. So it's just a great game. Highly recommend it. And there is a family variant too if you have younger children, where all the animals score the same, but it's based off of either a single animal, a pair of animals, or a set of 3 animals. And that's also in the game if you want to do that. Easier, more approachable for like a young kids version. So, all right, that is my number 4. What is your number 4, Isaiah?
My number 4 is Jaipur. This is a fun card choosing game because I like the style of in the old days where you have cloth and diamonds and silver and all of that stuff. I'm going to show you some of the resources.
Yeah, so in this game you have cards and you have tokens.
Diamonds, things that you make sandals out of gold, and a diamond. Again. This, and also, it is pretty good artwork, too.
Why don't you show them some of the tokens?
Yeah, right.
So these cards represent various tokens in the game. So when you sell gold, let's say you sell 2 gold, you're gonna take 2 gold tokens, and these tokens will start off really high on the value, and then as time goes on, the token value declines, gets smaller and smaller. So there's a little bit of a rush to sell these goods before your opponent does, because the value goes down on those goods if you don't. And then Isaiah hasn't mentioned, but it's a 2-player only game. So you can't play this with more than 2, but it's an excellent 2-player game. And show them some tokens.
This is the thing. So if you sell 5 cards for resources, you get, on this one it's 8 points. The most valuable one is 10, which is hard to find. I got it multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you sell a set of 3 or more, you'll get a bonus token, which will give you additional points.
And it's also like a game where you play multiple rounds. And if 2 people win the same round 2 times in a row, then they win. If not, the other person wins, then there's 1 more to do it. And in case of the tie, it's like...
The most camels?
Yeah, the most camels.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the most camels? And by the way, the camels are these.
And you can use camels for trading goods.
Yeah, for trading goods.
And if you have the most camels, you get a 5-point bonus token as well. So you get points for the camels.
Yeah.
At least for the one
Which
that has
is
the most.
right. I don't know where it is,
Yeah, it's in there.
but it's okay.
Very good. Yeah, it's a great game. We played it more times than I can count by now. So highly recommended for a 2-player game. So here, just stick them on there. And it's good to go. Thank you, Isaiah. All right. All right, so for my number 3, In the Footsteps of Darwin. That's right.
That's mine too.
I know, yeah. So this is a game by Sorry We Are French, which is a really funny name for a publisher. But it is a game that you are moving this ship, the Beagle, which was Darwin's ship, around this grid, and you are taking various tiles to collect points and filling them in on your journal. So it's very fun because there's basically 3 tiles you could choose every turn normally, But then you have these guides that you can use, and the guide will allow you to move your ship one space in either direction before you choose. And so you have more options with your guides on what you can choose, which basically opens it up significantly to get to almost choose whatever you want at that point. And then there's also an option where you can use a guide to clear out the entire column, and then you get 3 new tiles. And so in case there's something you don't like out there. But it's a lot of fun. It's a very easy rule set, very fun. There's also these theories. You can score points from the theory tiles over here as well. And just collecting various sets of animals, filling in your columns, filling in your rows. So every time you fill in a column or a row, you get 5 points. So it's just a fun little tile collecting kind of grid management game. A lot of fun with the cool theme. And one of the I think the neatest things about this game in particular, that makes it stand out, is this appendix. Has all the animals in the game, and it tells you about every one of them, which I find fascinating. So it's very educational. You can learn about all these various animals, and there's a lot of animals in this game. 4 different species types, tons of animals, and great components, great artwork. And I believe the MSRP for this game is $40. So it's a very, very good deal for what you get in the box, especially with this artwork and the components. All right, Isaiah, what do you have for your number 3? The same game! So what would you like to say about this? What do you like about this game?
The artwork is really, really, really good on this game. It's a easy to teach game with animals and reptiles and stuff. And the box even is a really good detail. As you can see, there's stuff on the side, and it's a really good artwork on the box.
Yeah. Oh yeah, show them the inside of the box. Yeah, and there's even artwork underneath the lid. So yeah, they really took their time on this, on the art.
And there's also artwork here too. And then the rule book is really good artwork. And then these components.
Yeah. Thick tiles, very good quality.
This is the board you go around on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you basically have like a ship,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes around. So it's like starts here, then you put all these tokens, and it goes around and around and around.
Mm-hmm. And then you have these player boards, which each have a different animal on them. And then they're all the same on the inside, but the outside is a different color with a different animal. And those are really nice too. So just beautiful components. So awesome. Anything else you like about this
And they
game?
also have a board. This is your board, and inside it even is artwork. The birds. This one has birds on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this
That's
is
true.
a ton of artwork on this game.
Yeah, and like this one has tigers.
Yeah. So you have different player boards and all of that. Different point tokens that you can choose from.
And this is African animals, so there's like elephants and tigers all here. And so yeah, the boards even, they have animals back here. Once you start filling this in, some of that artwork will get covered up, but you can see it until then. It's really cool. Yeah, and they're all unique. None of the player boards are the same. Very cool. Good pick, Isaiah.
This game was so good that we get crossovers that you could tell and hear.
We had our first crossover. And if we have another crossover, Isaiah's not going to say anything. He's going to be quiet and surprise you guys. And he's just going to say, and then when his game comes up, then he's going to say, my game is also. Because he's going to surprise us next time. I know he is. All right. So my number 2 is Trekking Through History. This is in the Trekking series of games. They had Trekking Through the National Parks, Trekking the World, and then Trekking Through History. And this is a game about traveling through time, visiting various historical events. You're building basically sets of cards that are from oldest to newest. So they go back to BC and then go all the way to 80, and you're trying to basically organize them numerically through time. So you're visiting these various events. Each event has the details of what that event is, so it's actually educational, tells you about the event. And you have this clock that represents your time, and that is how you're taking various actions. So you're taking a card, and then whatever number the card has on it, so in this case this card has a 1 on it, you go 1 hour through time. And whoever is furthest back in time gets to go first. So sometimes you want to take a very inexpensive card that's only going to take you an hour, so you can go again and get a second card. So there's just jockeying for position of turn order throughout the game, which is really fun. Then you have these little player boards where you're filling in these various spots for points. And that's really fun and satisfying because when you take a card, it gives you these little tokens. They're different colors. So just a lot of fun. Great historical game as well. Just awesome, great components. All right, Isaiah, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is King of Tokyo. I like this fighting game because I like the style, and as you can see, it has a ton of awards, like Best Family Game and a Golden Geek Award and Major Fun Award. It has won a lot of awards, and it's been out for a long time. And this is the base game. You have player boards, some tokens and stuff, but we got expansions that come with more and more stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go show you the box.
There's so many expansions in here that the box doesn't stay on very well. The box
Kinda.
lid. Yeah.
We got that one, and then we got more characters.
And it's basically a Yahtzee style game where you roll the dice 3 times and then you take whatever your results are.
Power-ups.
You can buy cards, and each monster has a special ability cards that they can use. Now, Isaiah, what's your objective in the game? Tell me the ways you can win.
Well, you either knock the other player out or you get 20 points. And you can get points by being in Tokyo. And if you have like a 6-player game, then you open up 5 to 6-player game. Then you open up Tokyo Bay, which is 2 Tokyos then. Just the same as Tokyo, it just there is to be a lot of monsters that to be fighting in.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then with the power-up cards, every monster has special abilities that are unique to each monster, and that adds a lot of fun.
And it's an 8 and up game, 30 minutes.
2 to 6 players?
Yeah, 2 to 6 players,
Yeah.
and
Great pick, Isaiah.
yep.
All right, so, and for the grand finale here, number 1 game. This is a big version, Ticket to Ride. So this is the 15th anniversary of the Europe edition of Ticket to Ride. So it has upgraded trains, just a beautiful version of it. Ticket to Ride is a series of games where you are laying down track and scoring points by completing routes on a board. There are numerous boards in various countries throughout the world. They have a United States map as well. And your objective is just to get the most points by laying these tracks. And it's just very satisfying. There's so much variety, so many maps. Every map has like a special rule that they add to it. Some maps have multiple rules that are unique to that map. So there's just a lot of variety. We have several map packs that give us more option. But there's, in this version in particular, is my favorite version because it has these special trains where all the trains have a unique design. They're not just a unique color. So yeah, Ticket to Ride is just a beautiful game, very welcoming, and there's so much variety in the expansions. So it's just a great game. Once you start playing it, you just want to get more content for it, and there's just so many different options for the game. So that's my number 1. All right, Isaiah, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is also Ticket to Ride.
Wow, good choice. Awesome.
I like this train game because I like the building trend style, and I think it's a very fun train game. And my favorite expansion for it is United Kingdom. United Kingdom and I haven't played Pennsylvania, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So United Kingdom has these technologies, and to go to a lot of places, you need these technologies. You need this, you need that, and I like that style a lot. This artwork is same, very good artwork, and we have a lot of maps for Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, it's just a great system. Like I said, once you get into it, you just want to have more options for it. Infinite replayability with all the expansions. So, and they keep coming out with expansions too, Isaiah.
And awesome.
All right, so
We're
we're gonna talk about
our honorable mentions.
honorable mentions. All right, so my honorable mention. This would be my number 6. Las Vegas Royale. This is my go-to dice game. In this game, you are placing dice on various spots in a casino with pit value 1 through 6 or 6-sided dice. And the 6 casino that represents the 6-sided die, the 6 pit value, has the highest money on it, the highest value of money. And then from there, it goes down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with the least amount as you get to all the way to 1. And whoever has majority of their dice, you basically roll your dice and you place all of one value type on a casino. So if you roll all your dice, you have a lot of dice, like 12 dice or so. And you roll multiple 5s, you put all of your 5s on the 5 casino. If you roll multiple 1s, you put all your 1s on the casino that represents the 1 casino, and so forth. You only have to choose 1 pit value each turn, but you must place all dice of that pit value on that represented casino. There are these chips that you can play, which allow you to re-roll your dice on the next turn. So basically, you play a chip, it skips your turn, and then on your next turn you get to go again. It basically foregoes that roll. And so those are really fun as well. And then there's special abilities on the 1, 2, and 3 spots that you can add for the Royale version. Because this game originally was just called Las Vegas, and then they made a new version called Royale that adds these special ability spots. And I love the variety of the special ability spots are amazing. In every game you can change them out. And they just give you different abilities for when you go there. You place a die there, then you get another ability where you place another die, and the person who has the most money at the end wins the game. So that is my honorable mention for number 6. What is your honorable mention, Isaiah?
My honorable mention is a crossover from my dad's number 5, which is Archaeology, the New Expedition. I like this minding game because I like how the treasures, and I like the style that you're minding.
You're digging for treasure?
Yeah. And it's easy to learn, and it plays in 30 minutes, and it's also a 2 to 5 player game. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the inside. Here's like the instructions, and here's the Pharaoh mask. As you can see, if you have 4 of them, you get 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And here's your tent that prevents the sandstorm.
Yeah, the tent that prevents the sandstorm.
And there's also, which I didn't cover, there's these tiles that every game you use one of these, and they have a special ability that when you turn in treasure maps, you get the special ability.
Yeah.
And these are really cool. It adds to the replayability because there's 6 of these tiles in the game, or 5. Yeah, 6 of them. So that really helps a lot with the replayability. Highly recommended game. Nice choice. So we had 3 crossovers. So we had our number 3 was a crossover, which was In the Footsteps of Darwin, and number 1 was a crossover, Ticket to Ride, and then Archaeology was a crossover as well when you include the honorable mentions. So, all right, well that's it for today. We'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.